Here in my bowl I have my nice cleaned goat meat. I cut mine in the size preference that I like. Now you can always do it to your preference also. So here I have my mixture of seasoning. So what I'm just doing is to just mix all the dry seasoning together. Then I'm going to pour it on the meat. Now you can always use a seasoning of choice. Now I'm just going to use my clean hands to just mix in all of that seasoning into the meat. Now you want to rub it nicely. Okay, you know that is the first step to ensure that you have the most delicious goat meat. Now guys, that is the size that I'm using. You know, as I said earlier, you can always cut it to your preference. So after I'm finished adding the dry seasoning, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my green season blend. There will be an upcoming video on how I make it, so remember to consider subscribing if you aren't a subscriber so that you will not miss that video. And also guys, there will be so many interesting and delicious recipes coming your way. So if you subscribe, remember to hit the little notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So just season it nicely, and then I'm going to set it aside to marinate. Now you can do it overnight, but for me, time is against me right now, so I'm just going to do it for like an hour and then I return. So here I'm just adding 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to the pot. Now you can always use a favorite oil. After the oil is heated, I'm going to add like a garlic clove. Now you can add a minced garlic. You know, some of them come in a bottle. You can always use that, but I'm using the fresh one. So I'm adding a pack of the Better Pack curry. Now you can always use a favorite type of curry. That's just my preference. So you know, you're going to, in Jamaican term we say we burn the curry, but it's not really burn the curry, it's just to saute the curry just to bring out the flavor. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm using a very low flame. Now I like to mix the curry around in the pot. I don't like to let it stay one place, because sometimes it have a tendency to stick to the pot even if you use the oil, like it clump up in the pot then. So after about a minute, after sauteing the curry and the garlic, I'm adding my nicely seasoned goat meat. Now I'm just going to coat each piece fully in the curry, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. So ensure that all pieces are fully coated in the curry mixture. You don't want some to be in the curry and then some white. So just nicely mix it around like I'm doing. Just toss it around. You know, since I did not marinate my meat for a long time, you know, this step is crucial. Alright, so just stir it around, and then afterwards I'm going to add a few pimento seeds. Yes guys, the pimento seeds do give it a nice flavor. After I finish doing that, then I'm going to ensure that all the pieces are in the pot. So you want to use a wide enough pot so you can always have all of them fully in the pot and not on top of each other. Then I'm going to cover the pot and let it cook for about 10 minutes, and then I return. So this is how it looks. It's developed some liquid of its own, you know guys, that are natural juices from the meat. Alright, so you know, this step will ensure that the meat has a delicious flavor, you know, so ensure that you don't skip this step, of course. So just cover the pot again and let it cook for about 5 more minutes, and then we proceed and move on to the next step. Now guys, this is how I make my curry goat. You know, you can always do it the way you like it, but I always make it this way and it always turn out delicious. Now if you're looking for a delicious meal, this is the way to go. So if you're enjoying the content, remember to give me a thumbs up. You know, it do help my channel to grow, of course. Yes guys, so I'm just adding some hot water. I don't like to pour the water on the meat, but as you can see guys, it was making a mess on the stove, so that's why I added it to the on top of the meat. When you add the water on top of the meat, you know, all of those pieces of meat, they will become white. So that's why I was trying to avoid doing that, but anyways, I had to throw it on the meat. So I did cover my pot and let it come to a rapid boil. Even though I use hot water, you know, when I use hot water, it don't take a long time. So I covered the pot and I allowed it to cook for about 2 hours. Now if you want to pressure cook yours, you can always do it, but in my opinion, when you slow cook the meat, it will have a better taste. But you know, if you're busy, you don't have the time, you can always just pressure cook it. So I'm just going to cook down the meat now. So I'm adding some chopped garlic and ginger. I'm adding some carrots. I'm adding a few slices of onion. You know, guys, you can always add a seasoning of choice. Now I don't like to add thyme to my curry. You know, any type of curry, mix any kind of curry chicken or curry mutton or curry beef. You know what, sometimes I use the thyme, but I realize that when I use it, it has a different taste, like it take away the curry taste. Now if you like to use it, then I can always put it in yours, add some scotch bonnet pepper, add whichever season you want to add. Alright, so after I do that, I just cover the pot, let it come to a rapid boil, and then I'm gonna add some scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to add the scotch bonnet pepper to my taste, of course. I'm adding some more garlic and a small piece of scallion, like one stalk of scallion. Yeah. So you know, you can always add whatever you want to add here, but remember to taste it as it goes along to see what it needs. So I'm just adding like a half a cup more warm water, you know, because I want it to simmer down properly. You know, I'm going to let it simmer for about 50 more minutes. So you know, I don't want the liquid to dry out too fast. After tasting, I realized that I need to add some more all-purpose seasoning. So here I'm just adding half a teaspoon more. Now guys, you don't have to follow me add more all-purpose seasoning. If you don't need it, don't add it. You know, my food will taste different from yours because, you know, everybody taste bud is different. So remember to add it to your liking. So at this point, the meat is almost finished. Alright, so at this point, guys, the meat is finished, you know, but I don't like a lot of sauce, you know, I don't love the gravy, so, you know, the less gravy in the pot, the better for me, because it's just going to be wasted. So that's why I let mine, you know, simmer more. But if you love a lot of sauce, you're cooking for a lot of persons, you know, that love sauce, then you could always just turn it off at this point, or even turn it off before that, you know. So at this point it's all done, so I'm just going to plate up some for you and then I return. Now I do appreciate you here watching me, and you know, I hope you'll come back soon and consider subscribing for more amazing video if you enjoyed this recipe. And remember, you can always let this recipe be your own. You know, you can always add whatever you want to add to it, because remember, it's your kitchen. So you know, if you like the video, remember to give me a thumbs up, of course. This is the end product. I'm having mine with some rice and peas, with some crispy fried chicken, and I have some pasta at the side, and I have some tossed vegetables. Now you can always add yours with anything you want. You can have it with some white rice, some hard-boiled food, you know, but it was my Sunday dinner, so I'm just enjoying it, you know. This was such a delicious meal, guys, you know. Most persons, they love curry goat, you know, but I don't really like it. I'm not a fan of it, but you know, like, I do prepare it though, you know. I can't really think about myself. So this is not my food, of course, guys, because I don't eat curry goat, but you know, I always prepare it and everybody love it. So I hope you enjoy the recipe too. And if you do, remember to give me your feedback in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.